Okay. Okay, so for the skill points, you have the Focus Supercharge, 20 for the Power Chance, 10 for the Power Magnitude, the remainder in Vitalization, rest in Power and, Might and Power, but we're focused on the Power. 5 for the Dominance, just to keep track of how much you're putting in Dominance, just to make sure it's above the required amount for the latest and current DLC. Because you're not going to be able to stun ads. Like, I'm gonna just be honest with you. If it's just added, you may pull off a stun. You'll get the buffs off of, but you may not pull off a stun. But if it's just, you gotta get it over there. You gotta get it over. So make sure you have the skill points, run to your feet, and get it above. For definitely the remainder left in health, just a little bit more survivability. Okay, yeah, iconics. Nothing really here unless you want to just swap, like I said earlier, swap out for the regular shield in your loadout for the Heartlight shield. That is a little bit stronger. I prefer the other one, but I might swap it out just for extra survivability, depending on what rated content I'm running. Nothing for lasso, nothing for word of power. Just little 3 things I was playing around with, just for my preference, because I have the extra skill points to do that with. Okay, and acrobatic movement, so definitely need one of your movement. Acrobatic, one in throwing knives. Again, this is preference. If you have the extra skill points, I have one in the 10% stun, the 10% resistance, the rain and knockback recovery, and back out. Just every time you get stunned or knocked out, you broke out, you get a little extra power back to yourself. And anything to yourself helps out with the group. For your weapons of choice, again, Brawler Weapon Mastery is for me. The 2 I would recommend, Dual Pistol, just in case you don't have enough skill points. I'll put 2 here, just for one for like a little backwards flip, just to get out of jail free card, get away from groups and ads and bosses. And what's the other one? Hand Blast. Hand Blast, I'll put one here, and another one. Do a little Kamehameha to help out. Just pretty much just to help to get the power to regen up, and also it gives out a little bit of damage if you're doing the one, like a little Kamehameha to the group of ads, to the boss. Hits a little bit hard, so it helps out. So Hand Blast, Dual Pistol, and my preference is definitely Brawler Weapon Mastery. Brawler Weapon Mastery clips everything else. I've seen TroLL use Flurry Shot with bow. I don't prefer it. To me, it just takes so much time. It's wasting seconds when you could be doing something else for your ability. And back from left to right, you got your Impact, Light Blast, Grasping Hand, Recharge, Light Barrier, and Group Shield. Those are the staples for your loadout. Okay, that's pretty much it. Anything else, if you want to play around with and test out just for shits and giggles, definitely do that. Okay, so we're going to talk about loadouts from left to right. Alright, for loadout from left to right, we have Impact, is your PLT, and is also a CC. Light Blast for your defense debuff. We also have Grasping Hand for your precision reduced damage debuff. Your Recharge to give power to the group. Light Barrier as a self shield for you. You can swap it out for your Heartlight shield. Heartlight shield is a pretty good strong shield. I prefer Light Barrier because it's very instant. And your Group Shield for the group, where they give the group shielding plus power over time. Very handy. And to give a demonstration of each power, like for example Impact. Impact pretty much is very handy. So let's just say if the group is pretty much a little bit overwhelmed with the ads, or a certain healer or one DPS, you can pretty much do that. It pushes them back, give a tank enough time to grab them and pull them. The next one would be the light. You can stun them. And then for the individual, you have Grasping Hand. Excuse me. activate it and tap square, and it does a pull. So let's just say one random ad is pretty much on the healer, overwhelming them, or DPS overwhelming them, or a tank just happened to miss and doesn't see it. You pretty much activate and tap square. And you can pull one away, definitely toward the tank, so he can see him in eye range. Your recharge, give power to the group, and your instant shield, and then of course you have your supercharge. Now with the second power, because each ability has it changes this to individual stuff. Like for example, impact, you can tap it a few times and go to the chainsaw, but again, you're not a DPS, so I wouldn't go into that. It goes to the grasping hand and light blast, which is fine. Light blast to boxing gloves and magnum, and then the grasping hand into fan and light blast. Okay, so light blast is fine. So if you have the time and the group is very fine with power, you can clip this into into magnum and give a little extra damage to the group. But just keep in mind, at the end of the day, you are a troll, you're not a DPS. So we're gonna demonstrate this right here, and it helps out. Okay, so we got light blast, and there's magnum, and then fan. Take them over around. Alright, and then we go to grasping hand, which will go from grasping hand to pull to fan to light blast. So it pretty much will start from here and then work its way to light blast, to boxing, to magnum, and then back to fan. Okay. And there you go. So I will suggest this for a tip: do not get very distracted in changing these little combos, because again, you're a troll, and if you get distracted with this, especially with the mechanics, you will get one-shotted, or you will not stun or debuff the ball, so what's needed, or you get yourself killed, or you will waste power doing this and will not help out the group at all. So it's not relevant to do that. Just stick to your roles. If ads need to get pushed back, you got the POT. You know, if you need a stun, you need the precision debuff for the boss and ads and such, power to the group, the shielding, and then some. Okay? So now we're going to talk about the gear. So again, you have your gear for here. Now I might have to change something for the socket mods, because I just switched from quantum to heartlight. So from here, you have your weapon, your socket mod for your weapons. Before, as an option, you can use it to store power, or I might swap it out to one with the shielding. The next one would be the head mod, supercharged, so we're going to swap that out. And this is for heartlight. Alright, supercharge restores back to you. And this is for the head mod. Thank you. And then the neck, you have increasing, decrease your critical chance by 5%. Escalator replenisher, we're going to keep that. For the back, it's dealer choice, but this one I prefer. This one is violent breakout. If ads or whatever come on you, they get thrown back. Same tanks use it all the time, so we're going to show you some options. But the one I privileged have there is a staple. You have your light inspiration, light barrier, your accelerate lightweight, and I like where I have it. I definitely like where I have it. Can't complain. Okay, you have your chest. You supercharge ability restores 5% your maximum, so we want to keep that supercharge going. For your legs, again, I'm Heartlight now, I'm not Quantum, but nothing really is really special for it, so we're just throwing anything. And of course, you got your rest of gear. Your feet, Tumbler Mastery, that's a staple. Waist, there's nothing there. Your hands, just a little bit of health when you're using a shield. Shoulders, control gear, and that's pretty much for your gear. Now we'll go on to the utility belt. I have a little preferences for that one too. So of course, your supply drop is a staple. Your sidekick is, for me, is a staple too, because your sidekick pretty much when you activate it, it gives you a little shielding, it gives you a little power, it gives you a little healing, and it also tanks. Okay. So from time to time, if it's just you one-on-one with an ad, it might do a little aggro, but it does give the most important part of it. It gives you shielding, it does a little healing, and it helps out with little attacking. So most importantly, the shielding, the healing, and it gives power back. All right. For the next one, since the summer event, the Aquaman event is coming up, you have the Sea Urchin. Pretty much give you 245 monetization for 20 seconds. It also aids you, and pet may restore power to its owner. So there you go. Now you can sub that out. This is for the Halloween event for the Spooky Jack. The Spooky Jack is 164 for 20 seconds. Helps aid you in battle for a short period of time, and that's pretty much all it does. I seen it actually heal one time. I seen like give like a burst to power, but I'm calling it Sea Urchin because I have a nickname for it. I call it Squiggy. So my little Sea Urchin is pretty much a little bit more better. So it's coming again. The Aquaman event is coming up, so definitely any trolls out there that's trying to get the little extra 245 Vite, plus the restorative power to yourself, it helps out. It's a staple. Spooky Jack does help out with a fight. You can't beat it. Now, for a combination of the two, well, we're not gonna skip one. So, and again, you have your self trinket. The current there's another one's a little bit higher with monetization, but these give you extra stat boost for 12 seconds for the 3782. Doesn't do anything else except for that, and you can't beat that. So again, your troll, you're sticking a power troll, you raise your stats up, more higher divide for you, more blue for the group. Okay. Now there's a few little combos for me personally. I'll switch up with, like for example, I'll do Boo with a sidekick, because when you activate Boo, Boo acts for a taunt. Boo attacks your enemies. Boo pretty much like a mental controller a little bit. It does the attacks, does the panic. It also gives your shield along with itself, and it sticks around for a long time. It's very durable, so I love it. So technically, think of it as like a little mini shield for yourself for a good 3 seconds. Same thing with sidekick. Gives you a little shielding. Just it kind of depends on the situation might happen. You might have a shield for yourself that it gives to you, and you can get out of those sticky situations. So that's pretty much why I love it. And for anybody that's asking, if you do not know where you find the boos at, the Halloween event's coming up, so you can get the boos there. You got until October, so definitely grab your boo. If you just have it for fun, grab all 4 and get the whole family. Alright, so now we have our colas. Alright, we have our consumptibles. We have our supply drop, give you stat boost, plus gives you a health and power boost on both ends. You have your special colas for your regular roll. I prefer the Vite. There's a power cola, there's a Dom cola. Power cola pretty much could be for you, could be for a troll. Could be for a healer, but I'm sticking with Vite. It's pretty much Dom preference for trolls. I'm more all power, so stick with the bite. You have your compound, actually raise your stats up another 5%. So again, that's why I mentioned earlier, it doesn't make any sense to use your, if you put a skill point hybrids and 5% versus 25% power regeneration, you just go straight on and just 1% for the 25% regeneration, and you have the compound color right here for extra 5%. You're good. Alright, there's another color here. It's 1%. You get these a lot when you get the time capsules. It's pretty much like trash. But 1% is still, it won't hurt. This is actually better than regular colas. So if you can't afford these compounds, or if there's not enough given out, and if these come around when you open up all the time capsules, hey, 1% is 1%. 1% is higher than 0%. So it helps out a lot. Okay. Now we will go down to the artifacts. Now I left a video earlier. There's no explanation except for pretty much just use your common sense and just read each one. But we will explain it because this is a guide. So again, a lot of people don't know, and you got to practice what you preach, right? So you have that. For a lot of guys, this is their staple: Amulet Around, Parasite Harness, and Scrap. Now for each one, like for Amulet Around, it does, if you rank it up a little bit higher, mine's at 79, is a preference. Slowly started building up because my other options was the other ones. So I'm going back to Amulet Around. But Amulet Around pretty much makes the debuff stronger for 20, 30, 40, 50%. Also adds additional buffs up to 1, 2, 4, and 7%, 7 of additional enemies. So if it's just the balls and someone else, another enemies with the balls, that enemy will get a debuff also. So you don't have to individually target each one, so it works out perfectly for you as a troll. Alright? Plus you have the stats for your fights and everything else with you as a troll. This is a staple. The second one's the Parasite Harness. It gives you a percentage of everything, so pretty much hitting the enemy with a control debuff grants you and up to 7 group members power equal to 6, 8, 9, 10% of revitalization, and precision equal to 1 to 1.67% of your revitalization. So it raises up. Alright? And then going down the list, you got good old Scrap. So once you got your Scrap maxed out, or just wherever it says here, increases your supercharge and supercharge generation by 18, 24, 22, 27, and 27%, and reduces the supercharge ability cooldown by up to between 15 to 22.5%. And then if you get it maxed out, you get additional restore 7% of max supercharge after using supercharge ability. It doesn't stack with the extended supercharge tactical mod. So again, so if it's just 7% here and your tactical mod, where you go, like for example, this is kind of dumb this out, but 7% is way better than 5%, so you can't go wrong with that. Now your options, I left a video earlier, and I'll send a little screenshot for that one. My preference was pretty much this. I know I got screamed at and catcalled for it, but this is what I like. So I had the Eye of Gemini. That's my option. Eye of Gemini with Parasite plus Scrap. If you proc Eye of Gemini, again, read descriptions. Restores 2% of your power every second. Plus, again, if you're standing in the proc, grants you 0.005% might break, another 5% of bite. So if another person activated, you get the 5%. If I get it ranked up to 200, 160, I will get the extra 5%. So to me, it helps. It helps. You can't beat the extra stats. You can't beat the extra 2%. So I enjoy it. So we'll just to help the masses. I don't want nobody upset. Okay. The next one is for your option is strategist card. So again, if you read over here, it raises up your stats. Plus is very helpful for each individual role for your damage, your heals, and your power. But since we are a troll, it increased the potency of it if you get stacked up by 30%. So you can't beat that. Plus again, at the bottom of your stats raises up. And it power heal critically apply a power over time. So pretty much you already got your blue bar power over time. Let's say it's like 800 ticks, whatever. It'll raise up that even more. So there's another tick with that. Okay, so that's more power for you. Now, this is an option. A lot of people haven't used it lately, but I know, for example, most healers use it. If healers or some other powers is complaining about power loss, so once you have this bad boy filled up, it uses your regular bar. Let's, for example, your power bar. Let's say mine is 135, 747, and tack onto that to 25 and 75% power increase. So add 75% to that. Or if he doesn't have it ranked up all the way, 25% of that, okay? And then your base generation power is 7.5 to 15% for 6 seconds. All right. Now this is optional too. Then last but not least, to the right, we have the BLP bot. Again, it's dealer's choice for this. It's an option. I know for the content for the Birds of Prey content, a lot of people's using it. LeagueMate used it. We tested it out. We wasn't just seeing that much of it. I mean, it's pretty cool as far as the effect goes. It does help out. Another loadout will pop up for this to activate it. So if you want to try it out, go ahead. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It really doesn't. But pretty much the main staples for the controller artifacts will be the Emily Rowell, the Parasite Harness, definitely Scrap Soul Cloak. Again, my preference, I'm still using this. Once this get ranked up to 160 and 200, it will stay that way. But for now, I would swap it out just in case. I would just swap it out. I'll swap this out for Iron Gemini. But if not, then I'll swap out Parasite for strategist cards. But again, if you just want the extra power bar, and that's fine too. If you feel like you can't get your power gen up fast enough or quick enough, or you're dumping so much power, you can't, there's a healer or somebody out there spamming too much. And again, I understand. So you get the stats plus the little affinity bonus. You can swap this out for, let's just say, I'll swap it out for Parasite or maybe Scrap. But Scrap, you're trying to get your supercharge up faster for the group. So I'll probably swap it out for Parasite. But definitely these three right here is a staple. For now, I'll swap this out just for Iron Gemini, just because I already have it ranked up. Just for the extra little power, the restorative stats when I activate my supercharge, because I'm always popping my supercharge very fast. So that's pretty much my preference. But for now, the main staple is 3-3. So if anybody got questions, comments about it, hey, throw it on down the list, and we'll help everybody else out with it. Okay, so in your generator, so from left to right, everything here in the socket in the second row for health and power, I have all power. For the next one, I have all Vite, and these are two for your support roles. Okay. The last one, if you have it, I don't expect everybody to get the elite pieces, but if you have like 2 pieces elite, you gain like 1% extra Vite. If you have 4, again, another percent. And a debuff, once install your gear and while wearing 6 pieces of elite gear, increase your critical power magnitude by 2%. So it helps out. So these little things here, it's not going to break the bank, but if you have it and you are elitist and you are grinding for the elite gear, it helps out 1% for every little thing. Okay? And I'll show you where you can find these at. Back in your other vendor, in your layer, scroll down. Way down. Still scrolling, okay. And here it is right here. So you got your dominance, if you want to raise up the dominance. You got your health, if you want to add the health. But definitely power. And your Vite. So there you go, you're aggressive and all this other good stuff. Okay? Okay, so I appreciate the support. Definitely hit that like, sub, all that good stuff, and I think we pretty much covered everything. So, alright, thanks fellas.